Without spiritual foundation, I would be building a business that is literally eating up my soul day after day. I am Pratna and you're listening to Rebel with a Purpose, and today I'm going to be talking to you about spiritual foundation, what that means, how that looks like in your business, and why it is so important, why I talk about it literally on repeat on Instagram. And it's a major part of my framework. It's the number one pillar, spiritual foundation, before anything else that comes first. So, what does it mean first? What is spiritual foundation? Spiritual foundation just means unwavering faith and surrender in God, in the universe, in the co creator, in the plan, knowing that there is a bigger and better plan and you cannot even fathom this plan, right? A lot of times they say God laughs at your plans because we try to control, we try to plan ahead of time, we try to do all these things because we love certainty as human beings, right? It just eliminates a lot of risk to have that certainty. But what is important to note here is that uncertainty is the biggest truth in life. And when you get familiar and comfortable with uncertainty, you will be a freaking amazing entrepreneur, but not just in a business sense. You will just be an amazing I don't even know the word to use, but someone who really enjoys their life. When you get comfortable with uncertainty, you will start enjoying your life so much. You will start feeling alive in your every single day. And you will stop overthinking or over planning things because you start trusting. So, spiritual foundation is all about trusting more, surrendering more, and thereby worrying and overthinking less. That is it. That's what it is. And when I didn't have this in my business, let's like rewind a few years. Let's rewind to literally 2 years ago, a little more than that, actually, 2.5 years ago. When I started off, I used to overthink every single move and I would do every strategy under the moon because I so badly wanted to win, and I still do. I still want to win, but the thing is, the difference is, I know I will win this time. In the past, it was a lot of fear of failing. Like, I wasn't 100% sure if I would win, if this was for me. I used to wake up in the middle of the night and be like, am I even doing the right thing? What is truly my purpose? Because this was burning me out. I was following all these strategies, these bro coded marketing techniques, listening to all these business coaches out there, and I was just feeling like I was losing myself in this process. And I'm like, there's hell no way that I'm building a business like this. This is not sustainable for me. I just know this space is not sustainable. I was waking up every morning, engaging with 20 accounts on Instagram, sending cold DMs, chasing clients. So much of my time was going in chasing, like literally in chasing people and being desperate. It made me feel horrible. And to be honest, it actually deepened a void that I already had within me. I have this kind of scarcity void in my solar plexus, and I feel it. And I used to feel it a lot. I don't feel it anymore at all. Like, I have completely healed this void, and I am insanely proud of myself, and I will talk to you about that. But I used to have this pattern too, where I used to feel this void in my chest. I used to feel the scarcity in my solar plexus, like I wasn't good enough, like something more needed to happen for me to feel happy or good. And that was always there, in my chest. And I feel like a lot of us deal with that because it's the mentality of society. It's part of being brought up in this matrix, right? And it's all about unlearning that all your life. So when I felt that way and when I was chasing clients, it deepened my void because it said that I'm not good enough. I have to do more and more. I have to put in more work. I have to chase. I have to convince. And that is just so untrue. You do not have to chase to build a beautiful business. To be honest, I feel like chasing decreases your respect. And I also feel like it doesn't help in building a business. It actually does the opposite. I genuinely feel that. I don't believe in cold DMs and cold pitching. I believe in putting out valuable work, and your people will come to you as long as you nail the messaging. So why not give all your time into deepening your craft, nailing your messaging, building a brand that is one of a kind and that attracts rather than chasing and doing those kind of strategies, right? Wouldn't you rather focus on the long term and build a kind of brand that is constantly attracting clients on a consistent basis? Like, that is the dream, that is the goal, because you don't want to be sitting here chasing clients. And the ones who come to you, they are so much more committed, they are more responsible to this process. They they just they just are going to get better results. Like, they are going to get better results. I feel like I'm being very controversial, but they are, like, that is it, that's going to happen because they themselves have taken the first step and come to you. So you are an attraction magnet. You are an attraction magnet. You're not here to chase. You're not here to convince anyone to buy from you. When you yourself are convinced of your worth and your value, then people will feel that energy in your messaging and the way you show up online. So it's really, and that comes to my second part, which I'm not really getting deep into in today's episode, but that is radical self-belief. When you are fully convinced of what you're putting out there, when you are the first buyer of what you're selling, when you believe in your value so much that you're so obsessed with it, you can't stop talking about it, that is radical self-belief. You truly believe in yourself and your vision and your offer, right? So that's the second part. But let's stick to spiritual foundation as the first part, and how that actually shifted the way I show up as a leader and a CEO in my business, right? So when I worked on building my trust, on surrendering, this void completely left my body. I feel whole inside out. Like, even when, and God is going to test this. God and the universe is going to test this. They're going to give you challenges and situations that are going to make you feel the void again. And you will feel the void again and again and again. Because guess what? You're a human being. You're having a human experience. It is absolutely normal. But what shifts is that you immediately, like within maybe seconds, hopefully, or even minutes, you shift back into a feeling of wholeness, because that is your truth. That is your default state. And that's what healing does. Healing makes you feel whole from the inside out. That's the whole point of healing. Healing makes you not need external validation. You can still want clients and want engagement and want all these big goals. Wanting is so powerful. It's such a beautiful thing to want, but you don't need anything anymore, right? So you're not coming from a place of desperation anymore. And you also know that life is not entitled to give you anything. You are not entitled to anything, right? So you kind of let go of the entitlement and you just live in surrender, knowing that either your plans and your desires or something so much bigger than your desires is literally being manifested for you right now. It's cooking in the kitchen. Right now, as we speak, it is literally cooking. So when you believe that, you will start showing up as if you are already an inevitable success. That is how you will show up in the way you write your content, in the way you show up in your sales calls. You will not be desperate anymore. You will not be salesy. In fact, you will say, and this is the energy with which I come across in a sales call, is I want this for you more than I need this for myself. I want this for you more than I need this for myself, because you know you are always divinely protected and guided. God is always taking care of you. If you don't have money, trust that money is going to come. God is taking care of you. Trust that, right? So you are resourceful. Trust yourself on being resourceful and finding those opportunities to give you that money. So it's about, yeah, how you see yourself. But more than that, it's about your connection with God, right? It's your connection with the universe within you, with your consciousness, which then also directly correlates to how you see yourself. And now that I've built this very strong spiritual foundation, right? This is the foundation over which everything else, any other business strategy, anything at all you do is built. But without this, nothing is going to work. Trust me, I've invested so much money in the coaching industry and it didn't work because I didn't have this deep spiritual foundation, because I didn't fully believe that it would work. I didn't fully believe in myself. I didn't believe in God. I didn't fully surrender to it. I was trying to control everything. And I was coming across as the more desperate, chasey energy. Nothing with that energy is going to work. If it's not aligned for you, it is not going to work, especially for women. We're not here to chase, we're here to attract. So build a brand that attracts, right? So for me, it really had to shift from chasing to really trusting, surrendering, learning that everything's going to happen for me. I'm an inevitable success. There is no way I fail. Like that question hasn't even come up in my mind for the longest time. Like, I haven't even thought about failure because it's not possible. Like, if I had this deep vision planted in my heart, I definitely have the capability to do it. And if I have the vision, there is a version of me in the quantum field that has already achieved it, which is why I can feel it so intensely. Your business needs to give you goosebumps because you know what you're building. And if it's giving you stress, anxiety, burnout, that is not the way to build your business. That is a sign of misalignment. That is a sign of suffering. That is a sign of changing the way you're building your business or changing your mindset and the way you're seeing things, right? So when you build the spiritual foundation, it all shifts. You start feeling alive again. You start feeling energized in your body. You feel goosebumps while you're creating. You focus on the creation, thereby adding more quality value to the world, because you're not worried about whether you're getting clients through this or whether clients are going to be pulled into your space through this. Instead, you're coming across with the energy that I know this is going to change lives. Instead of I hope this changes life, I hope this reaches my people, you come across with the energy that I know this is going to change lives. And that confidence is life changing. This not only impacts your business, it impacts everything else in your life, in your relationships especially. You don't go on dates saying, oh, I hope I find a man. right? You go on a date saying, I know my worth, and let's see if he's the man for me, right? So you have high standards and you don't settle. You don't settle. And that's how you show up even in your business. Even for your clients, having high standards for your clients is important, right? This is a premium industry. We aren't working with everyone, not everyone is our clientele. And we are working with that 1% that is committed, that is on the edge, that is so ready to work and build this transformation in their life right now. It is their priority. So, all in all, to summarize this episode, spiritual foundation has really helped me get really clear and deepen my craft because I have stopped overthinking. Like I've stopped spending so much time that I used to in chasing clients and overthinking and feeling like a failure and feeling horrible. I used to have this void in my chest. I used to feel stressed all the time. And now I feel like I have so much more space to create because I'm not thinking about these things. I actually feel so much lighter. I'm able to give more time to my mom. I'm able to have better relationships because I'm not that stressed anymore. I'm able to create more space in my life for creativity, for reading books, all of these things, right? So a lot of things shift when you have the spiritual foundation. And let me actually also give you how I built it because I don't want to just talk to you about what changed. I want you to actually take this episode and implement it into your life, right? How are you going to build spiritual foundation? So the number one is my name, Pratna, which means prayer, conversations with God. Talk to God. God exists within you. Talk to God, literally have conversations, ask for support, thank God, be grateful even beforehand. When you feel something's coming to you, thank God beforehand. So, future gratitude, do that. And talk to God, pray to God, ask for whatever you want. Know that they are taking care of you, your spirit guides, God, the universe. Build that relationship, start building that relationship. So, I would say number one is prayer, right? Conversations with God, talk to God. Number two would be actually taking action in the moment of being triggered, in the moment of things not going your way. How do you talk to yourself in those moments, right? So your self-talk is really important here because that will determine how you respond to these moments. So when something comes up in your life that's not going your way, say when you get a rejection, let me give you an example of what happened yesterday actually. This is so divinely timed, it's wild. So yesterday, this is so funny. There was a client who worked with me in my previous challenge, like a free challenge I was doing. She loved my work, gave me amazing testimonials, and it was really a pleasure to work with her. And then I offered her a one-to-one call, and then she said that she wasn't looking for a mentor right now because she already has a mentor, and she was just she didn't want more than one business coach or a coach in the similar lines, right? And while that is totally understandable, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Totally understand that, and I let it go. And today, yesterday, I saw her join my coach's program. And immediately when I saw that, my heart dropped because I just felt like in that moment, I felt abandoned. I felt rejected. I felt like a loser all over again. Those thoughts came back. And I was like, there's hell no way. Like, how did this happen? How did this happen? What did I do wrong? And so I again started taking it as a self-blame thing, but it truly wasn't anything to do with me. I truly, fully believe in God's plan, and I truly believe that the right clients will come my way, or this was supposed to teach me a lesson, and the lesson will be learned. So, whatever it is, I fully believe that this happened for my greatest good. And immediately in that moment, I also shifted into a state of love for her and for my coach. And I was like, I'm really glad she has my coach. She's in good hands. So I felt like, yeah, I'm glad she's getting the support she needs. I'm glad she took the step. It's not easy to make the leap to invest in a coach. It's not easy to make a big investment, but I'm glad she did. I'm glad she took the help. She's getting the help she needs. And so it went from like feeling envious of my coach to actually being like, I'm so happy for her and I'm so happy for my coach. Like, let's do this. We women are growing together. It became a very collective feeling of we're growing together, no matter whether my client, a potential client works with me or a potential client works with another coach. I will feel happy for them because I see them growing. And when women grow, that makes me happy. That makes my heart smile. So for me, it just made me happy at the end of the day. Like, I literally took 15 minutes yesterday to move from a state of oh my God, like my heart was really, really upset. And I was like, what the hell's going on? I felt rejected, abandoned. 15 minutes, guys, 15 minutes. And I went into a state of absolute love and happiness for the collective woman. That was insane. It's honestly, it hasn't been this fast ever in my life. It used to take me It used to take me days to get over something like this. It used to take me days. So when I tell you spiritual foundation will really shift a lot in your life, it will change a lot, it will save you a lot of time, make more space for creativity, lighten up your relationships, and just help you be in love with business building and life even when things are not going your way, because you will be able to be the visionary and see the bigger picture and have more resilience and be the entrepreneur who actually makes things happen, takes action. That is the version that you will come out of when you deepen your connection with God through prayer and through action. And action, before action comes self-talk, right? The way you set yourself up to succeed in that moment, right? And for me, success was not taking that personally, what happened last night, not taking it personally. And so I am succeeding constantly, day in and day out. Every single day I see my progress. And even if it's intangible, it is progress. And I actually celebrate my intangible wins so much more than my tangible wins, because the intangible wins actually take longer. The intangible wins, the intangible successes, they actually take more effort and they take longer. And so when you have an intangible win, that just needs to be celebrated so loudly and so boldly. So this is me actually celebrating myself right now. But it is so important to see that you succeed in life when you learn how to trust God. You succeed in life when you are able to surrender. You succeed in life when you let go of control. You succeed in life when you love yourself no matter the external circumstances. You succeed in life when you see yourself as valuable and worthy no matter the external circumstances. This is what spiritual foundation does, not just for your business, but for you as a human being. It spiritually evolves you to a whole new level and a whole new consciousness, and you will never be the same person again. Trust me, I know I'm never going back to that version. This version of me is so much happier, lighter, fulfilled, purposeful. I love this version of me, and I really want that for you too. And so if you resonated with this episode, I want to just invite you into a one-to-one call with me. Like, that's it. I want to invite you into a one-to-one call where we can talk about what's really holding you back as a leader, as an artist in your beautiful business, because you can never fuck up your art. You are always going to be an inevitable success, for sure, 100%. So let's look at the beliefs that are holding you back and how we can rewire them and shift them into abundance so that you can build a one-of-a-kind brand that attracts and feel alive again on a daily basis. Just DM me with the word legacy, and we can get on a legacy architect session and understand truly your visions and your blocks so that we help you get there. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I really, really hope you enjoyed it and got some great takeaways from it. This was my genuine story. I literally channeled a lot of this episode. I don't have notes, I don't have bulleted points too. This is really what Spiritual Foundation has done for me, and I'm not gatekeeping anything. Like, there's a lot when you go into it, of course. There's a lot more that I could share, and I could talk about this for 24 hours. I'm sure I have enough material to do that. But for now, I just want you to take away two things: building a relationship through prayer, and then self-talking yourself through showing up as your most successful version when things don't go your way. Those are the two things I want you to focus on from this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you soon. You're listening to Rebel with a Purpose, and I am Pratna, signing off.